Hey, Rose here with another online dating tip for you. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We are talking about transactional relationships.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire.
So recently somebody left a comment talking about she's 27 and she's in love with a 74-year-old man. And she went on to say that she doesn't understand why we cannot see that it's possible for a young lady to actually find an older gentleman attractive and even fall in love with an older gentleman. Now, for me, I find myself in a very tight spot because I cannot fully be against, age gap relationships, but because obviously there is a small percentage of these relationships that are genuine, okay? But based on my experience, I would highly discourage young women, especially very young women, get involved in this large age gap relationship where the age gap is so large, okay? The reason for this is I feel like young ladies, especially young African women, are not experienced enough to get into this transactional relationship, and especially this age gap transactional relationships. What I mean by this is that when they are going there into these relationships, they are not actually accepting that they are in a transactional relationship, and they would rather pretend like it's a genuine relationship, it's a loving relationship. But I feel like the older gentleman knows that this is a transactional relationship. Therefore, I feel the one who is getting the short end of the stick is the young lady, because she did not put her demands up front, what she expects from this relationship in terms of monetary benefits. And I feel like with the young ladies just sort of like hiding their true feelings and the true intentions for this relationship, they end up losing out, okay? So for me, I feel like if you're gonna be in a transactional relationship, just, first of all, you need to know how to stand your ground. You need to know how to speak up, okay? And you need to put things, like I keep saying, just put things on the table, okay? And then negotiate, all right? Just negotiate. And I feel like a lot of our ladies tend to go into this, especially interracial transactional relationships, with the mentality of our culture, okay? Because, for example, if a Kenyan girl gets involved with an older Kenyan gentleman, this gentleman doesn't need to be told anything, like he doesn't need to be told what to do, okay? He knows, okay, this girl is with me because of what I can give her. Therefore, I'm gonna keep that cash flow going so I can keep her, because that is why she's there. And in return, she's gonna do what she's supposed to do, okay? She's gonna provide me with what I demand from her. That's how it works. But these young women, let's say a Kenyan young woman would get involved with a foreigner, let's say somebody from Europe, from US, from wherever, and it's an older gentleman, very old, some of them, this age gap things are like, oh my goodness. As I said, she claims, this girl who left the comment claims to be 27 and the gentleman is 74. So you can see that age gap. The age difference is, oh my goodness. Anyway, so they get involved with these foreigners. But the foreigners, if as a young woman, you come into this transactional relationship and you refuse to acknowledge and to accept that it's a transactional relationship, and then you're like, oh yeah, it's because of love, it's because I love you, I find you so attractive, and it's all about love, then the gentleman will be like, oh, okay, oh my goodness, I thought it was a transactional relationship, but if you really love me, then okay, let's do this. It's all about love. And what happens is you start, you as a young woman, you start treating this man in a loving way, the way you think that you could make him happy and everything. But at the back of your mind, you are expecting him to toboka, like we say in Kenya. You want him to give you these things, these big things, and to make things happen for you. But you didn't say anything. You said it was love. Therefore, the gentleman doesn't feel like he owes you anything because you love him. So if he happens to do a few things here for you, a few, buy you a few presents here and there, you probably won't appreciate because maybe he's not to the standard that you are expecting, okay? Maybe you are expecting him to buy you an apartment somewhere in Nairobi. You are expecting to do these big things for you. But for him, he's like, oh, okay, it's all about love. So, we just do what people in love do, like I don't owe you anything. So, and I feel like if you now start saying, oh, babe, why don't you buy me an apartment? Why don't you do this? And then he'll be like, are you planning to leave me? Why are you telling me to buy you an apartment? And especially if you guys are living together, like we have a beautiful home here. So what is the issue? Like, why are you telling me to buy you an apartment? So the point of this video is to actually advise our young ladies who are entering into these transactional relationships. Be honest, okay? Like, be honest, be yourself, say exactly why you're there. And then that way you can negotiate and get what you want. The gentleman he will get what he wants, like I keep saying. So then it's up to you to make sure that you are getting what you want, because I feel like you telling us you're in love with a 74-year-old gentleman. First of all, I want to say I have never seen a young woman, let's say a 25-year-old woman, being in love with a 70-year-old man who has nothing. Who is just, struggling to survive, just trying to make ends meet. I have never seen that, okay? All I see is that these young women, they claim, oh, we are so in love, we are so in love. But the man is somebody who has something that can, he can give something. He has money, he has businesses, he has properties, okay? So if it's really about love, why don't I see young women being in these, large age gap relationships, with just your usual, just somebody who is, as I said, is just making ends meet, like they are not up there, above. And another thing I want to mention is when it comes to foreigners and money, a lot of these young girls think that somebody coming from Europe with euros, and then they see the exchange rate, and then they think this person has money, okay? You need to keep the exchange rate in consideration, because if somebody comes with 1,000 euros to Kenya right now and they exchange that money, it's gonna be like 150,000 Kenya shillings. That's good money, okay? That's good, maybe a little bit more. It depends on the exchange rate when you're watching this video. So for you to think that this man is rich because he has that amount of money, I would think that is a bit, because first of all, you need to know whether this person is able to actually come up with that money like regularly, like this. So even 1,000 euros in Nairobi, that is not much, especially if you're renting a house and paying bills and doing things. But I'm just giving an example. So if you say this man is wealthy or this man is rich, which standards are we looking at? Because if we are looking at European standards, this man is just barely, he's just surviving like the rest of us. But when he comes to Kenya, maybe he seems like as if he's got money. So these are things, if you're gonna do this, I don't judge, it's your life, it's up to you to do whatever you want with your body and your life. But be smart then, be smart and do research, don't just be on your iPhone all the time, just watching TikToks. Come on, be smart and do your research so you know what you're getting yourself into, and be open and honest. Say why you're there Stop telling us, oh, we are so in love. I'm only 25 and he's 75 and we are so in love. I don't know. You cannot fool yourself. You cannot fool yourself. You can fool us, but... Okay, I would like to hear what you think about this topic. Please leave your comments down below. What do you think about, let's say, a 25-year-old African woman being in love with a 75-year, or claiming to be in love with a 75-year-old man? But leave your comments below. So if you like these kinds of videos, this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I appreciate your support. Let's grow this community and discuss these issues. My name is Rose. I shall see you on my next one. Bye-bye.